However, I have frequently noticed that the less handsome a man is, the more beautiful his wife. And so, of course, I want you all to take careful note of the charming Renee Haig, who makes up for Al in an awful lot of ways. Al, please, may I ask you to come here?
Well, I'm speechless. Not so fast. There's a couple of things that come to mind, you know. It sounds like the only show I wrote was Fig Leaves. Which is really not true. But I want to say something about partnerships, because, you know, Barry is referring to partnerships are difficult at best. The line that springs to mind is, you know, when two people are holding hands, you can never be sure who's doing the sweating. So when you have a partnership in show business, it gets really very tricky. Now, I've been a composer for all these years, and suddenly I became an actor. This was, by the way, I didn't go looking for that. Some stranger asked me literally, and I thought he was crazy. I thought he had the wrong number. I thought he was calling Renee. As it happens, he insisted, and it's a long story, but the bottom line is that now a lot of people, I mean, a lot of people all over the world think that I was out of work for 59 years. Which is not true either. Strange things happen to you because people don't mean to be mean, but they, you know, a guy said to me, "What kind of music do you write in Hollywood?" And I said, "Obscure popular music." He didn't get that at all. Just the other day, a student of mine, I every once in a while teach just in case. A student of mine, a new girl, I'd never met her before, she was going to sing a song of mine, probably one of the more popular songs I wrote called Young and Foolish. And I just asked her, "Why do you sing this song?" And I was hoping you'd refer to say it's a wonderful audition song. She says, "I sing it because nobody knows it." So you learn to go with the punch, and you get these strange compliments. Renee and I have been doing some lecturing. We were in Iowa. I won't forget that. We were doing a lot of schools, but this happened to be a psychiatric ward. You do what you can do. And it was a benign group of patients. They were outpatients. They were a little drugged, I think. I don't know. But they seemed nice. And we did our thing. We did our thing. Renee, as usual, was charming and wonderful, and I tried to emulate her. And when it was over, we threw it open for questions, and one of the young patients, a perfectly nice girl, said, "I'd like to say something. I like you. I really like you. You know, you meet a lot of these Hollywood types, and they spend thousands of dollars on their clothes. Obviously, you don't." Now, this is not made-up material. This is all just, you listen to this and you get these compliments, and you have to be very careful not to get too depressed about it. But as it happens, I like my songs, and there is, by the way, there is one thing I wrote that is really not so good. It's called "How the Grinch Stole Christmas." I wrote that with Dr. Seuss. It's a CBS, you know, you guys probably don't watch television, but thank God a lot of other people do. And it's a big popular thing, and you know, you don't go around trying to write hits, you write because you get paid for it. It took me 4 days to write it, and my wonderful attorney, who happens to be here, negotiated for 9 months. I called it my concerto for unaccompanied attorney. We have a few attorneys here, I can tell. But anyway, listen to, you know, they say the opera is over when the fat lady stops singing. I would like to end this wonderful evening with a couple of songs. Ironically, one of them was cut from Fig Leaves. But I wrote it with Alan Sherman, who was crazy. There's no question about it. But you know, I mean, however, how can you stay mad at a guy who once tried to copyright Middle C? I mean, he really did. And I once met the attorney that had to talk him out of it. Anyway, the first song we're going to do is called Signs. And I tell you, I'll set it up for you because Alan had the theory that humor, you don't write it, you have to just keep your eyes open. It was a big theory of his, and you know, I've been trying to learn it from him. Every while, sometimes it works. So we were going shopping in a fancy store here in New York, Hammaker Schlemmer, and it was Christmas time. It was a very crowded store, and there was an elevator that, you know, in the center that we were waiting to go up, and above the elevator there was a sign, and it said, "Express to the second floor." So it was even a line stopped in the mezzanine. But he said, "Albert, look, there are people staying up nights, writing signs like that." So Renee, Oren, hey, the definite better half of mine, is going to sing it for you, and then we'll do a couple of more things which she will tell you.